Good afternoon. It's July 7th, 2023, and today we had another range day. If you look at the daily chart, no surprise, we just got a doji, and it really could be a number of things. Could be a range like this that we're now in. You can see that is almost perfect. But really, I mean, we're due for a correction. We had a break of this channel and a move to a new high. This looked like one leg of correction, but it's probably two. So I think the market is just trying to figure out what it's trying to do. My guess is that will correct, at least to this midline, but who knows? It could keep going straight up. We could be in a larger channel like this. I mean, that fits. I think Mac might have drawn something like this actually recently, and you can see we're coming off the midline of that too, or finding support there. So there's a number of things that could be happening right now. I'll leave it like this for now. But let's take a look at these trades. Not a lot of trades early on. I'll check. I mean, maybe there's something I didn't see, but we had a really nice, strong downtrend at the end of the day that you could have gotten in on. And this big move up, unfortunately, there wasn't any entries in here. You could take this aggressive trade. I think it's the second entry after an overshoot that led to a break. But at that point, we're just going back and forth. This is just not high probability. This is a good entry, and we'll talk about it. But it's just on a day like today, you really just don't know what's going on. So anyway, 8 o'clock comes in this congestion. I think, yeah. So yeah, 8 o'clock comes in this congestion. And I think there was a news item. Yeah, there was at 8:30 that made this look like a trend channel. And we go to the top of that trend channel and just sell off very strongly. And there's no way to get in on that. No way to get in on any of this. I don't think you want to take this second entry long right here, but it looks like you have two legs, and it's really far from the EMA, but it just wasn't clear what was going on at that point. So I think you're better off sitting tight. I actually like this one. I'm going to mark it green, but I feel like you could argue for this one to be blue because we're going back and forth. We're at the overnight lows. We bounced. You get a second entry right here, and then you get a higher low, super bullish bar. I'm having trouble keeping that green. I feel like that should be blue. But anyway, that's a pretty good. That's pretty good entry. And we rock it up, and you get this break. So it's probably like this from this. Yeah. So really, we didn't get a break. Then you get two legs of correction. So this is a second entry long that confirms that trend channel. I think if you have room, back to the EMA, I marked this green, but if you have room, 38.50, 38.50. I think I'm going to mark this blue. Because that's a second entry long. We don't have a new high on this channel. And it's more confirmation of this trend channel. So I think you got to take that. Come down here, and we form a level of support down here, but this is just too tight. I don't like this stuff. And I'm not going to mark this second entry right here. This looks too congested. Those are, I would look at these as inside bars. You got, you know, a little bit of stem popping out of this range, but really you got 1, 2, 3 inside bars. 2 of them are dojis. So that, and it looks like we have a level of resistance up here, not consistently, but it does look like a level of resistance, and we pulled back from this midline of this trend channel, so I don't think you want to take that, and that leads to a break. After the break, it rockets up. You get a break of that short-term channel, move to a new high, and just some sideways stuff. And the sideways stuff leads to a more convincing break, and we get 2 measured legs down. This in real time, if you got a good signal bar right here on double test, maybe you take that. You don't have room to this midline, so it's probably not a good idea. But you can see a lot of people liked it, and we get 2 measured legs down, and then it reverses, and you get a reversal setup. In this former level of congestion, it's not a, I wouldn't say this is a blue arrow, but this was very tempting in real time, and I took it and I liked it. So I think you can take this one. Yeah, so that forms this sort of spiking channel. We get an overshoot that leads to a break. That's a second entry long. Maybe you're feeling that. I'm not so convinced at this point. It's just such a tough. Up till this point, this is a very tough day. Inconsistent highs and lows. So I'm just not crazy about that. It looks like we're in a channel down, but that looks like a break and new low. So, you know, maybe some people like that. So now we have the new high, and we get 2 legs of correction, and it just, you can see there's 2 legs within this first leg, and then a second leg down, and then it just reverses and starts soaring, and there's just no way to get in this. That's just the way it is. You got a second entry long. If you're feeling extremely aggressive, you're going into highs. But if you have the measured move of this range, maybe you're looking for prices to test that. And, you know, this is how I had my range drawn. If you bring it down to this low, we don't quite make it to those highs. So I do believe that the original way to draw it here is the range. So anyway, we get this congestion right above the measured move. You can see prices testing that level. You have a break, you have a new high, and then we start selling off really strongly. You get 2 legs down immediately, then it goes sideways, and we get confirmation of the key entry point of the trend channel with a double test and a second entry short. You have to take that trade. And I would guess 40 or 66. Yeah, so 66. Perhaps you would have gotten a runner there. If you went for 2 points, you would have gotten a runner. But if you're going for 4 ticks, you might not get a runner. Then we get this kind of hidden second entry short. off the trend channel. It's a failed second entry long. So maybe you take that because this was looking like a strong move down. We come down here, they're trapping longs everywhere, and you get another second entry short off the trend channel. Very bearish bar. Definitely take that, and you get a nice big move out of that into the close. Really, I mean, right before close, 10 minutes before the close is when the buying came back in. But we never got a break of this channel until after market close. So you get the overshoot, and then you get this move up, and you do get a hidden second entry short. Maybe you take that. Not a great signal bar. It's in no man's land. And you know, you might be a little concerned that the channel is like this. So it's aggressive. Turns out the channel is not like that. It's aggressive, but you might consider it. That late in the day, you probably shouldn't. And then we just come down here, and that brings us into market close. So not an easy trading day until this last hour or so, 2 hours, whatever it was. So I hope everyone had a great day. I'll be back next week.